Mardi Gras may have finished early, but that won't stop us talking about this year's event. You are listening to episode 396 of the Unofficial Universal Orlando podcast. Hey everyone! Welcome to the show! Welcome producers who are listening live. Woo. Yeah, so, it's me here. And I'm joined by Lee. Hello.
Hello, Ron.
And Darren. Hello.
Hey, what's up, Internet? I just want to let everybody know, as change, I am recording from home today.
And Chris, hello.
Hey, what's up?
We are keeping social distance. Tracy and I are about 8 feet apart, that's fine. And everyone else is about... Chris and Darren, you're about what?
Well, I'd say probably like
300 miles?
I'd say that's a good idea. Yeah,
really?
good,
That far apart?
Probably less.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know. We're not good at math or distance or anything like that.
Well, we're like 4,500 miles away.
Yeah.
So we're pretty
we're
good
not far
distance
enough
at this
apart,
point.
but, you know.
We're not.
No.
And speaking of... Oh, thanks. Speaking of social distancing, we're going to talk about it a bit more in next week's show, but in case things change between now and then, we just wanted to give an update as far as the closure of Universal Orlando. They have announced that at the moment, as of now, they've said it will remain closed through April 19th. We expect that to change because Disney World have said indefinitely at this point, and I think Busch Gardens and SeaWorld have both said the same, so...
But don't worry, bros. We're trying to keep it open for 420.
But yeah, I'm sure we'll talk about it more next week,
Yes.
which, as a bit of a plug, is our 9-year anniversary episode.
It is, and I shall be here.
He will be here, but
I shouldn't
which
be
means
here,
we've got a special
But I'll be
guest.
here. Yes, we do. Before I do get started, Lee, have you any apologies to make?
Chris, I'm very, very sorry.
But
Why?
what, Lee?
And yes, why? Do
It was
tell.
Chris's birthday a couple of days ago, and I didn't have it down in the Producers Club birthdays, so we didn't wish Chris a happy birthday.
You can sing to him now.
Happy birthday to you. You were born in the zoo. I can't remember the rest of it actually at this point. Happy birthday, Chris.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday,
Yeah.
buddy.
Thanks, man. Thanks, Tracy. Had a huge bash. Stayed inside of a room and did nothing. So, yeah.
I was going to say
Awesome.
on Zoom, right?
Yeah.
Sounds perfect
It's
for me.
Party of 1 or 2, actually.
Where everybody hangs out now, the Zoom nightclub.
Yes. It's a perfect name for a nightclub, actually. We'd have probably had one in town in the 90s called Zoom.
Probably.
Yeah.
Us too.
You can't forget Joni's birthday, by the way.
Yeah, Joni
She just reminded you. Yes.
We're not there yet, Joni. Don't be jumping the gun.
No, she's not.
I know.
I'm just making sure. Because, you're rubbish. Right, let's talk Mardi Gras and our memories and everything.
I want to say it again, how so lucky we were to actually get out there and experience it this year with everything that's gone on.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah.
Because when was it supposed to finish? The end of April or like the middle of April?
I think the end of April. It was a long time this year.
So it only
Or
went...
not as it turned
So
out.
what? It only went on for like 3 or 4 weeks out of potentially 8 or 9.
Were we there week 2?
Yes. Oh no, because it started in February, didn't it? Sorry, I'm all over the show.
April 2nd is when it was supposed to go till.
Yes. So, and it started February 1st.
Yeah, and it missed, I'd say, probably the biggest group that it had. Well, not group, but performer Marshmello,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah, we lucked out.
We really
Big
did.
time.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
We really did. Yeah, thank
Yeah.
you, thank you, British school system, for having half term in February and not March.
Yeah. Right, okay, let's start off by talking about the street performers.
Just the overall ambience of the
Okay, yeah.
event. Friday was crap because it was freezing.
Yes, but before
Oh,
that
God.
was good.
I tell you what, though, I will give those performers their due. Even though it was freezing, they were still giving it their all on that Friday.
They were.
Especially the number one street performer there. And I've got to be honest, she was a volunteer on top of that. Miss Nina Thompson.
I knew you were going to say that.
Yes.
She was shaking that moneymaker for all it was worth.
Dance coordinator.
Yeah, I'll tell you, she whip a crowd up, even in like crappy, miserable weather. Everybody's having a bad time. There she goes. Boom.
That girl has
That's why I
energy.
love her.
She was,
Yep.
yeah.
Oh, it was so much fun.
We didn't have a massive amount of interaction with the street performers when we were there, but the little bits we did, like the first interaction we had with them, they were trying to give us bead necklaces, but they twisted stars into the bottom of them.
Oh, yeah.
So they're trying to fit them over our heads, and then trying to task me with trying to figure out how to snap it, put it round my neck, and then still try and tie it. It's like, go on, you'll get there. Always get. I'm going to have to help him.
That's when I got my doubloons, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You were getting, because I walked up and went, oh, you're doing that? Oh, this is how you do it. Showed him up.
I mean, Chris, you've been more than we did this time because you went down a couple of weekends before us, didn't you?
Yeah. It was just as awesome.
Mm-hmm.
It was like I said, just as much energy going on over there. We had an amazing time. Obviously, we actually got to see a band perform then too. And that Friday night, they also canceled the parade, right?
They did.
So
we were planning on
Yeah,
watching
because
it.
we've talked about it, haven't we? That we were supposed to be riding a float that night. So it was so lucky that things didn't work out. And we ended up having to do it Thursday night.
Yeah.
Which worked out for us.
It really
Absolutely.
did.
Perfectly. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's weird. I've said this before. Like, the thing I find weird about Mardi Gras is it just kind of happens.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
But
you
it
look
does.
at. I think because of the event I'm used to going to is Horror Night that has a very definite start,
And it has a very big build-up.
whereas
Yeah.
Mardi Gras doesn't. You kind of they just randomly start coming out, and it's
Yeah, but the only surprise about Mardi Gras are who's going to be playing the concerts. Everything else is going to be the same. It's going to be...
I don't mean the build-up. I mean,
Right.
I don't mean the start of
No,
the
but you said
event. I mean the actual start of each day. Like Horror Nights, 5:00, you're in for Stay and Scream, and then once the open Stay and Scream, the event starts, and the scare actors are all out at the same point. Mardi Gras just kind of happens during the day.
Yeah.
And it's kind of
Gotcha.
Because it's Mardi Gras.
weird.
I was going to say Universal Marketing is like, no, we really try to let people know ahead of time.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that, that real Mardi Gras in New Orleans, they don't have, nobody comes out until 4:00.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it's just a constant thing. It's just a celebration. It's just a big party, isn't it?
Yeah,
but
people
that's
are
what
drinking
it
at
was.
8 in the morning on Bourbon Street, just FYI.
Right.
Yeah. And that's what it is for like the food tents and stuff. Because that was one thing that me and Nina were like walking around going, I wonder when the tents open. Like, should we get lunch? Should we not? Like, I don't know. And if you ask somebody, you'll find out. But, you know, we're averse to that sort of thing. So,
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, for me, I kind of like it, right? Because you got like the daytime, like, morning and afternoon to just enjoy the park. And then 4:00, things change. And it kind of turns into a little bit of a different park.
I like how they do it too, because you have the street performers come out first and like the stilt walkers and stuff. And you kind of just see them, like you said, start to like sprinkle around and here and there. And then all of a sudden out of nowhere, you just turn around again and there's the whole party going full swing. You got a band out there. And I'm talking about the brass bands that come through,
They're
which
awesome.
are awesome. Yeah.
That's one of the things that has always drawn me to anything Mardi Gras. The live bands and
we stood and watched
love
out whatever the storefront is just to the right of the tribute store, and we stood there for probably 10 minutes watching the band there, and they're so awesome. Like, I don't even like jazz as the most part, but I could stand and watch stuff like that all day long.
Yeah. It's a different kind of jazz.
Yeah.
And plus those performers are just like hyping you up the whole time, yanking people out of the crowd to go dance.
Yep.
It was like on the Friday there was a band playing on the corner, like the corner of Transformers, kind of where we were dancing on that street that goes up beside Transformers. There was a band playing. Then there was just a random guest singing along with them, which was awesome.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Oh yeah.
It's so good. Like, they just, it's that interaction with the crowd more than, like, I love Horror Nights, but you don't get that same interaction with something like Mardi Gras, where they genuinely want people to jump in and be a part of it as much as they are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. And then I saw them at one point that one of those bands, person walked by with a birthday button on, and like seamlessly they went from the song that they were playing into Happy Birthday for like 5 beats, and then went right back into the song again.
Awesome.
And it was like,
so
oh my
cool.
God. So cool. Yeah.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I know when we talk to Blake, one of the things he loves about those street performers is most, like, all of those street performers are part of the parade as well.
Mm-hmm.
So before the parade starts, you get that interaction with those street performers.
Yeah.
And then they will recognize people when they're doing the parade, and you'll get that little connection during the parade as well.
I got a finger gun off somebody that I'd been interacting with earlier.
Oh, we did, because you went and got your picture taken with the king and queen,
I
didn't you? And
did.
stuff. And
A few people,
it was really, really good.
Crawdaddies.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what they
We
were.
didn't see them, did we?
The Shrimpettes and
The Shrimpettes.
The crawdaddies.
Is that what they're
Crawdaddies,
called? Yeah. It's so good.
I think it's because we lost the Friday night. We didn't get to explore a lot more.
Yeah, it was such a shame because, like, Darren, I know from your point of view, your only experience this year of Mardi Gras was actually that Thursday night we were there. So you didn't really, I suppose, a bit of Friday night, but obviously, the weather was terrible. But you never got to experience the parade other than being on it.
Yeah. Oh man, you just reminded me that I have a lanyard that we got like 3 things on, and it's like the biggest lanyard you can buy. So
Yeah,
Yep.
you can still use it.
I think they said next year.
No,
for
you
sure.
can
Yeah,
use
they-
it in
they
the
told
park.
us.
You can use it in the park on a
Is it-
day-to-day basis. You can get
Oh
bottled
yeah, like
water,
pretzel.
soft pretzels, or something else because I tweeted them and
Popcorn.
asked him about it. Yes, it was popcorn. You're right.
Is
Yes.
that really worth it?
Yeah.
I
And anything
suppose.
at Finnegan's.
I suppose if you know you're not going back to Mardi Gras anytime soon, at least you're still going to get some value out
Well, I
of it.
suppose.
Because we've got about 5 or 6 items left on it.
Had I known, I would have eaten them all.
I
perhaps they
bought-
may expand that due to the
Possibly.
circumstances.
Yeah.
Yeah, quite possibly, actually. But I know that even if we just use that to get bottles of water, pretzels, or popcorn, we got our money's worth out of that lanyard anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And don't do any of those things. Ugh,
No.
water. Ugh, popcorn. Ugh.
And it'll be that smart stuff that's like $5 a bottle.
Ooh,
It's
I
expensive
didn't-
hydration.
stuff.
Hydration plus.
Something
I
like
did
that,
not
yeah.
feel any smarter after drinking that.
No, me either. I felt slightly dumber, actually.
Got electrolytes in there, extra ones.
No, they're smart.
Yeah.
We're selling you a bottle of water.
But yeah.
for $5. You're buying it. We're the smart ones. Thanks.
But yeah, it's like, again, Mardi Gras is such a weird, like, Horror Nights encompasses, it's weird, again, because not just Horror Nights, you look at, I know we haven't been for the holidays yet, which should happen next year,
Fingers
but they
crossed.
tend to encompass the entire park, whereas Mardi Gras is very much confined to that front portion, really, as well.
But I like that
Yeah,
because it really creates a party atmosphere in one area.
It feels like a block party.
Yeah.
It really does.
Yeah.
It's similar to Grinchmas, as I mean, you have that little area back there that's really
Mhm.
heavily congested. Then you got a little bit of sprinkling of Christmas throughout the rest of the park.
I like it.
Yeah.
yeah. It would have been nice to have seen them decorate the whole park a little bit more. But I do understand
Yeah.
why, because obviously the parade goes around that way, so you kind of confine it to the area that
Yeah.
the parade's going to be in.
Yeah.
I was
One thing they did do was the soundtrack. Because we did pick up on that, even over by like Men in Black, where the
Yeah.
soundtrack is steady year, like all throughout the year, including Horror Nights usually.
Yeah,
Yeah, even that was the Mardi Gras music playing back there. So
yeah, which was weird. It's weird going over to Men in Black and, like I say, not having that 90s soundtrack playing out in front of it.
yeah,
Because
I'm
he's
like,
so
I got my
used to
slide ready.
Speaking of music, then. So,
it. Chris, did you only see one concert? Sorry, Tracy.
sorry, thought I was hosting, but that's okay.
Yeah, we only got to see one,
Who was that?
unfortunately. The Roots.
Of course it was.
And we were devastated that they didn't play the Jimmy Fallon.
It would have
safety
been
screen.
so awesome. It would have been so cool.
It
Like
really
just put them in the
would.
ride and just have them do it live.
Oh, I love
I mean,
that.
that's fanboyism in me, but yeah.
Yeah.
I don't understand why even just to play that as part of their set. I don't understand why you wouldn't.
Might be a contractual thing. I don't know.
A contractual thing. They're in the park where that spiel's going on. Why would you not be able to?
Contracts are weird things.
They're like, we didn't actually memorize it, guys.
Maybe.
It's like without Jimmy Fallon holding up the little cue cards, we don't know the words.
Yeah.
So how were they, Christopher?
They were amazing. And I say that as a fan because I've loved these guys for a long time. But even if you've never heard any music from them whatsoever, like that trip I had brought my parents with me, so they haven't really heard a lot of Roots. They just jammed for 2 hours. So they did a bunch of songs, some new stuff, some old stuff that maybe wasn't even theirs. I don't know.
Okay.
But then in between that, they gave like each of the band members, their little breakdown kind of 5-minute thing to do. So you got, the bass, the electric guitars, the drums and all that stuff. So even that, like you could just go there and just dance. It was awesome.
Cool.
Yeah, they're awesome improvisational artists. So
Yeah.
like they put on quite a show.
Yeah.
See, I don't really know them other than the safety spiel and playing the backing track for Daniel Radcliffe doing
Yeah.
alphabet aerobics. That's my only knowledge of them, to be honest.
Oh yeah, you
Oh.
should listen to it a little bit. It's
You should, because they have the sound and you can't help but like it.
Yeah.
You know.
And they're a huge band.
Yes.
Yeah.
They are. They are.
Yeah, but that's it. It's so weird that, I don't know, not many of the concerts, or it feels like not many of the concerts actually went ahead in the end.
There'd already been some replacements anyway, hadn't there? Was it Diana Ross?
That was only like the last weekend
I
before
know
the
that they'd
parks
already cancelled
closed,
before
wasn't
all
it?
of this.
Yeah.
And there was
I think they
somebody
bumped
else.
the last week up 1 week, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
but like Darren
Yeah.
said, the biggest draw this year would have been Marshmallow, and then
Oh, I
obviously
know.
didn't play. And
A little part of me's kind of like, oh, that's actually, I'm quite pleased because I was really, really jealous about that, I'll be honest.
were either of
That's
you
bad of
two
me, I know.
planning on going to see any of the other concerts? Should everything have been normal?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I probably would have gone to the Marshmallow one, to be honest, and it probably
That one
would have
was a
been
Sunday,
a
right?
huge hotbed if we didn't know what was happening at this
Yeah.
point. So probably for the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely for the best, to be honest. I can't
Yeah.
even say probably. But yeah, we were definitely going to go up for that one. And like I said, I had my lanyard, so I was going to go for multiple nights.
Yeah.
It didn't work out.
It'd be interesting to see, like you say, if those lanyards, if they allow people to use them for anything else or not. I don't know.
I wouldn't be surprised because, it's out of everybody's hands. And
Well, based on the fact that we don't eat food outside our homes anymore in the future.
yeah.
Let us use it as express passes.
Yeah.
Yeah, something. I don't know.
Something. I'm sure they're already having discussions about everything that's going on. They have to be.
Yeah, I'll head up guest services way later because that is not even immediate concern of theirs right now.
Not at all. Not at all. I'm sure it's conversations in-house that they're having, but yeah, not at all.
Yeah, and that's another thing too. If your vacation's off for a while and you don't have anything going on right now at this moment, yeah, give them a break.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sure they are getting inundated with emails and not stupid questions, but people will be panicking and
They're definitely getting some stupid ones.
I know for
Yeah.
sure, and I know that people are calling for like their stuff next year and stuff like that.
yeah.
Yeah.
They don't know. No one has any idea about anything. So
No, I
just
mean-
hold up.
It's, there's so much speculation going on as well. They're as in the dark as we are, with
Yep.
everything that's going on. Nobody knows what's going to happen. So just everybody be nice to each other and calm down.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So calm down and stay away from each other. That's the rule. So
Sounds good. I like it.
now, a good place to stay away from people because you can get lost in there is a tribute store. So what do we think of that? I loved it.
Oh man, yeah, it was awesome, and just to when we finally talked to Blake and got the confirmation that those were set pieces from the houses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got to admit, I went back in there afterwards and just touched a few things.
Just a few.
Yeah. And,
Yeah,
and there weren't things on the walls or the shelves.
anyway.
Leave Malaby. I was totally going to say that, but you ruined it.
The first time what I loved is they had the piano in the entrance, and there was a woman
There's a few
like a
people
guest
I
just
saw.
walked in, just jumped on and started playing some New Orleansy stuff, and it is an event that definitely lends itself to guest interaction.
Yeah,
Mhm.
definitely.
Yeah, there was a scare actor there, and a little girl ran up when we were there, and she was like, "Can you show me how to play something?" And she's like, "I don't really know how to play anything. Here, do you know chopsticks?"
I can play
She
that.
just started showing her how to play. So yeah, yeah, but it was awesome. Just like that crowd interaction that they have, and then like you said, the store itself, the theming was very cool. It was awesome to see them
Almost-
reuse those sets.
Feels almost like its own little thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was.
Like
Yeah.
part of Mardi Gras. Check this place out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So we're
loved
gonna
it
get
in
like
there.
the Christmas tribute store in there too
I
now.
hope so.
That'd be
I hope
awesome.
they do. Yeah.
I think what a great idea.
Because you look at the tribute store for Horror Nights last year, it has become a destination, and when people want to go in there because it's so cool, then people from a money point of view from them, people are going to buy stuff when they're in there because you want to spend time in there anyway, and then you think, oh, while I'm here, that's cool, I'll grab that.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, you know what I was thinking, since the storefront there is a Macy's,
Mm-hmm.
if they actually like set it up like the old school like department store Macy's from like the 40s, 50s inside, I thought that would be really neat.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Yeah. But I think they'll definitely do it more and more now, and I love
I
that
think
it's
so.
become a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we spent so much time in there in Horror Nights, and I think we went in twice this time, and it's just you just hang out, and there's the photo ops and stuff in there as well with that the wall with all the bricks in with the different names on, trying to figure out if any of them are creative members and that, which I couldn't, but we took some random pictures in there. But overall, and the merch was pretty decent as well, even though we didn't buy an awful lot.
Have I actually christened my shot glass?
I don't think so. I don't even know where it is at this point.
It's with
Time
all
to
the
do
other
it,
shot
Tracy.
glasses.
Let's do
I
it.
think so.
Next week, 9-year anniversary, celebrate.
Soju shots in that. Not rum. Still can't touch rum. No. It's been a long year.
Yeah, and the team members that work in that store, whether it's Horror Nights or the Mardi Gras time too, are just awesome.
Yeah.
It's got to be a fun place to work on time. You know, you just go like sit there and like basically work in a scare zone or a house themed area. But yeah, they were really cool. They were like talking about the zombie, like the voodoo guy that's sitting there in the kind of setup they had in the second room. And they were just like, did he move for you? People were taking pictures. They're like, oh, he'll move. And then little kid is like looking at him like, what?
Stuff like that.
I know when we first walked in, it was like, oh my God, it smells of Horror Nights in here. And the guy who was in there was a scare actor from Horror Nights last year. I think I spent about 10 minutes talking to him about last year's Horror Nights.
I think Universal just has to sell the candle of Horror Night smell.
Yeah.
It'll sell like butterbeer.
Oh.
Well, let's be honest, there's a section of this Mardi Gras that we're going to talk about later on that we've already mentioned on shows before that there's a massive throwback to Horror Nights. That I think when it happened, all of us went, Horror Nights. But yeah, it's really cool that they're going all out and doing more themed experiences within the event itself. And like you say, I think it would be cool if they pushed it out for Christmas as well. For next year. Leave it this year, do it next year.
Yeah, we're all huge advocates for interactive stuff anyway, so...
Absolutely.
Yeah. Get people involved, out the comfort zone a little bit. Yeah, so unless it's me, then no, leave me alone.
Part with your money.
Yeah. I don't have any. Lee doesn't give me any.
It shows us what a weird mood we was in. I really wanted the Blinky cups from this year, and when it came down to it, I was just like, oh, I can't be bothered.
Yeah, but that's you. When it comes to money, that's you all the time anyway.
And I'm like, oh, I really wanted one now. This
is why I'm kind of like, I've turned around and I've said, right, next time we go out, I want my own cash, please. Because having to ask for money and getting the look.
You're joking.
Money, please.
Well, I'll try and herd these cats again. Let's take an ad break.
Have you taken a stroll down Diagon Alley and visited Gringotts Bank? Taken a ride through New York with Jimmy Fallon, visited the Truffler Trees and Zeus Landing, or hung out with a real-life Transformer? No? Then what are you waiting for? At Universal Orlando Resort, there truly is an option for everyone. Or if you're leaning a little more towards pixie dust rather than ones and portions, Disney destinations around the globe await your arrival. No matter the adventure, our sponsors have you covered. Be sure to let the experts at Mouse & Muggle Travel Company take care of all your travel needs. Earning the distinction of being an earmarked agency specializing in Disney destinations, as well as becoming one of the first to be named a U Preferred agency with Universal Parks and Resorts Vacations. Mouse & Muggle Travel Company will ensure you receive top-rate customized service. Just visit mouseandmuggle.com to fill out a non-obligation quote request, or send your request to info@mouseandmuggle.com. Their team can take care of you no matter where in the world you go. With a flick of their wand and a little bit of pixie dust, the process will be so seamless, some might even say it's simply magical.
Welcome back. We are talking about our memories of Mardi Gras. Right, so next up would be just a little thing. It was all right, the parade.
Or the main event.
Yeah. God, that was so good.
Oh, man.
I'm so gutted that you didn't get to see it from the other side this time, Dan. I know you've seen it before, but...
Yeah, and I did, just to make sure I'd seen it for this, I watched a couple of videos. So I've seen like all the floats and everything. I do wish I would have got to see it in person in the crowd, but hey.
Yeah, I think the biggest kicker was not getting to see it on the Friday night after sitting and talking to Blake and him telling us that there's a whole story to the parade. So I was like so excited to get back out there and see the parade and pick that story up and then not get to see it.
Oh, I know, but being out in that weather and seeing and feeling it deteriorate, there is no doubt it was the right call to be made. I mean, to be honest, it should have been cancelled maybe an hour before.
Yeah, I think by the time the beads hit you, they would have been going 30 miles an hour.
Yeah, and probably coated in ice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have never been
miserable.
that cold.
It really
I've
was.
never been there when it's been that bad. That's literally the worst time ever.
It was like a windy, cold Chicago day cold. It was so weird. Even people from up north were like,
Florida.
"No, this is really bad." Yeah.
Like we posted that picture of the 5 of us, like the 4 of us with Blake, stood outside the broadcast studio, all in our jackets and like all zipped up. And someone commented, I can't remember who it was, "Oh, look at you lot trying to look like it's cold." And I'm like, it is freezing.
Look, we're from the northeast of
Roy.
England.
Is that who it was? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we're from the northeast of England.
Yeah,
and if
it was
we're
cold.
complaining it's cold, because, we don't usually wear coats up here.
But anyway,
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
parade.
but it was so awesome.
Yes, it was. I mean, we're on when we got on the float. We were on Atlantis.
Let's not talk about that yet. Let's talk about the
Okay.
parade itself.
The parade itself, beautiful,
Mhm.
Yeah.
absolutely stunning. So much
Yeah.
energy.
It was, but it was light when we did it. That was a little bit disappointing. I would have liked to have seen it when it was a bit darker.
It was
Yeah.
getting dark by the end.
It was quite dark by the end.
Yeah.
But it's just, I've never seen a crowd get so amped up for wanting plastic beads.
Mm-hmm.
Oh gosh, yeah. It's like if you want to see like what a zombie horde looks like,
Oh
then
yeah.
do the float
Yeah.
because
It felt
wow.
like if we were like throwing out toilet paper rolls.
Yeah. Like seriously, like people were like giving us their children. They're like,
Yeah.
here, just take the kid, give us beads.
It is, but
Yeah.
that's the thing. It's not just kids. You'd expect it from the kids, but the adults are just as bad.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, or worse. I gotta
Yeah.
say.
Oh yeah.
The kid's like, "Mommy, why are you putting me on your shoulders?"
Yeah, they're like trampling the kids to like grab them.
Because
Yeah.
everyone puts the kids up against the curb, and then you see
Yep.
the adults like,
Reaching over them.
yeah, and that's
Yep. Sorry, kid, get taller.
yeah, they're just plastic beads. But it was a lot of fun. Jade was
Oh, it was.
loving it,
Yeah.
collecting all the beads.
Yeah. It was so good. It was like they started off with the Outriders.
That's cool.
They were so cool, and
Yeah.
how they didn't topple those bikes, I have no idea. But yeah, it was just high energy and
It's
it
difficult
seemed
to
to be
talk
over in
about,
a flash.
Yeah,
both from both sides.
more so the
Yep.
second time.
Yeah, but yeah, it didn't disappoint. I mean, every year I've watched these parades and looked at the floats, and I've just been, oh, I want to be there so bad, and to see it in person was just every box I wanted ticking was ticked from Mardi Gras and more, and
Yeah.
so much more. Oh,
One of the cooler ones was and I think it was one of Blake's favorite, the fight for the booty.
Oh,
What was
yeah.
it?
oh yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, where you have like the two pirates kind of fighting on top with swords. That was awesome.
yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
I've never seen that done before on a float. So
no,
King Gator's still my favorite.
oh, has to be.
No, I
I
don't
think
know.
this looks so nice.
I like
Yeah.
the New Orleans one that's like it looks like, the balcony houses with the silhouettes
Oh,
behind
yeah.
them. I love that one.
Yeah, that's another classic one. That's been
Yeah, I
around for
like
a
that
long
one.
time.
But going back to what we talked about with the street performers, that interaction, this is where you get it. It's not just watching a parade, because all those actors, all the performers, not actors, performers are like interacting and high-fiving and talking to the crowd and stuff, and you get that one-to-one experience again, which I love. I love that one-on-one experience that you don't tend to get in theme parks as much nowadays.
No,
Yeah,
And yet with that, even though it's going past at 1,000,000 miles an hour, you still get that.
it wasn't quite that fast.
You know what I mean? Well, what did we get told? It's like 1.5 miles an hour.
500,000.
Yeah.
But it goes by so quickly, but they still have time to interact with everyone in the
Yeah.
crowd, and it's
Yeah.
so cool.
I do have a float flower not from when we were on it, because
Okay.
one of the bead throws, her beads got caught in the flowers in front, and attached to the beads that I caught was a flower.
oh nice.
Oh, cool.
So I've got it's behind you in the little cup.
It's difficult. It's difficult to talk about the parade.
Yeah, I mean it's a parade.
To do it justice, it shows that this is one of the things that it shows how good Universal can do certain things, and yet their
Yeah.
daily parade, I think, is a little
I think it's because
Yeah.
it only really appeals to a younger audience
Yeah.
and younger families,
Yeah,
whereas this is a little bit more grown up, to be honest.
It really makes me wish they'd bring back the Festival of the Dead parade at Horror Nights.
yeah. Do the retro parade, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But I want my coins.
Yeah.
Those Horror Nights coins.
Oh yeah.
I understand why they don't do it now, because the streets are so packed with scare actors and guests and stuff. They would never be able to do it now.
Yeah.
Mm.
But it's nice to dream.
It is.
Well, they can open up the other park.
Well, maybe now that capacities will be limited to like 100 people a night, so
Yeah.
2
we can
meters
do
apart.
that again.
6 people per house in queue.
Yeah.
Well, don't even want to think.
Oh.
Anyways,
Yes.
So-
No.
Any stories from actually being on the float?
Oh yeah, we could talk about the float
I actually
situation.
actually wrote an article for it today for our blog and put that up there.
Yeah.
But
Our situation was different. I know. I saw a lot of people, like my friends and people that go to the parks all the time that live right by there, that never got on the floats the whole time, and they tried like almost every single night.
Yeah.
So it was difficult to get on there. So
We were
Yeah,
very
we were
fortunate.
very
Especially a
lucky.
big group as well.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you maxed out that float.
Yeah.
oh, it was so cool.
I'm still proud of the fact that I hit that little brat in the face. He won't go begging for stuff anymore.
It's just.
I think we've said it before, but big shout out to our float coordinator, Fox.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
He was
He was awesome.
cool.
They all
From,
were.
like, from New Orleans, from like does the
Yeah.
parade there. So it was just really cool to hear his perspective on things. And man, it was cool. Like the drivers of the float, even
Yeah.
like
Yeah, I was gonna
everybody was
say,
cool. So
Yeah. it's just-
Everybody that was like sort of wrangling people in Central Park, the people
Yeah.
just sort of setting the
Mhm.
parade up, getting you on the float, the
Mhm.
float captains, the drivers, everybody, like just being backstage was just like a massive party of just getting you amped up. So by the time you went through those gates and you were ready to start throwing beads, you were just on such a high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
It's like
imagine
nobody
how-
was there to just do a job. They're there like they had some passion for it.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
it helped
Imagine how
bring-
like nerve wracking that's got to be to like bring people in that you don't know who they are and
Yeah.
like to put them on your float and
Yeah.
just be like, oh, hopefully everything's gonna go good here.
It's interesting from a theme park perspective that they're still confident enough to put just random park guests in their major event.
Yeah. Especially ones like
Yeah.
us.
Because I'm not going to say anything because I don't want them to change their mind on it because I think
No.
it's such an awesome part of that
Oh,
of that
it is.
overall event. But
It is.
I don't think they'll change their minds because they'd have to pay people. And
Yeah.
we don't mind working for free.
I'd
Yeah.
do it for free every night.
I would. Definitely.
Yeah, and it's cool to go backstage,
Yeah.
especially if you've never done that before. Go backstage, see a little bit of, behind the magic.
Mhm.
I know I felt like when I was walking back with Chris, it felt like we were doing the Behind the Screams tour at Horror Nights again.
Yeah.
Because you get to see, I don't know whether we walked past where the parade, like the actual normal parade floats are and stuff, kind of tucked to the right-hand side where Nightingale's was. We weren't far
Yeah.
away from where
No, we weren't.
Nightingale's was last year.
Mhm.
But that smell, when that confetti cannon went off, I was just like, Horror Nights.
Yeah, no.
Oh, yeah.
The only thing I will say is glitter.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god. That's my biggest phobia. Glitter. Oh.
Chris, weren't you picking it out of your ass crack for days later?
I still am. Actually. Send you another picture soon.
I was just about to say Chris kept wiping it on me.
Did he?
But if you just talked about his arse crack, I don't think we need to go there. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
I was
moving
considering it
quickly
a benefit that I could just reach down there and just pull glitter out of nowhere. Magic.
It felt like
Look.
Diamond.
Me, Darren?
All of us, right?
No.
Oh, no. Okay.
I know where
Reached
Chris
it.
was going there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lee
Oh.
got that one.
No. Yeah.
But it's just, it's difficult. Like we've said, that parade was 45 minutes long. Yeah, it went by like
It felt
that.
like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
It really
Oh
did.
yeah, and as we said when we were on the float, but just to reiterate, if you have a choice between doing the balloon handling, and the float, man, do the float because doing the balloon handling is like sitting backstage for a half hour holding that balloon down, which is heavy. Like, I mean, it's a lot of work, and then going out and doing that 45-minute route and then coming back and standing there again and waiting for everybody to put it in a like warehouse, basically, one at a time. So
Wow.
yeah, by the time you're done with that, you're like done.
Yeah.
And like, I felt like I had a really good time with this, and I was like, oh man, it's over. I want to go do it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, it went by quick too.
Yeah.
Like when you're up there, it just honestly it feels like minutes.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
though what you circle for about 30 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
said it was
30 or 40,
45,
isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
30,
It,
45.
it-
Okay.
you can always tell how good something is when it flies by.
Yeah. And we threw out all our beads,
Like way ahead of time.
Yeah.
and I felt like I was like really conserving them, but I don't think
Yeah.
I was.
Obviously, I sing faster than I thought.
Yeah.
I was throwing the plastic bag that the beads came in. Here.
Just take them all and share them out.
There you go.
Yeah. It's that one thing, though, I think if you're going to Mardi Gras and you're only getting there for one night, it's an interesting thing.
Ooh, watch or do.
Yeah, because if you're on a parade float, that's pretty much you done for the event for that night.
Yeah, no, if you've only got one, if it's a one-shot deal for you, watch the parade, do everything. Yeah, don't try and get on a float. It's amazing, but you're going to miss out on so much.
I really think they should start doing 2 runs a day, at least maybe on the weekends.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
because like they do here for the Gasparilla, the Pirate Fest that they have here, that's pretty much the same thing. They have a daytime like kids parade, family parade, and that's when all the kids come, and then they have the nighttime parade where everything gets crazy. And I think it would be cool, especially because the light package on these floats really merit seeing them at night as well.
Yeah, it really does.
But yeah, having that like more kid family focus during the day, so you make sure your kids get loaded up on beads, and then like nighttime, be like, hey, the kids can still be there, but
now you actually got to work for the beads.
Exactly. Yeah. Like we're gonna be reaching over your children.
I suppose the interesting thing when you look at it, it's only 2 or 3 years at this point that they've started running the parade every night. It only used to be on the weekends. I think it was 2 years ago where they started doing Mardi Gras every night. So yeah, I think it would definitely benefit. But then it comes to that point of having to clean up afterwards, because the confetti that's everywhere afterwards, the poor buggers that have to clean that up afterwards, I do not envy them at all.
Or do it like New Orleans does. Just don't.
Yeah.
Also, you got to think about the bead costs. Like, I feel like that is a nice chunk of money. All the beads they're throwing.
It's that thing as well with people are very aware of plastics nowadays as well.
Hang on, I've got an idea.
Paper beads.
So collect so many strings of beads, take them to a redemption point, and get a free beer.
No, there'll be fights at that point over them. There will be literal fights in the street at that point.
True.
Yeah,
like, I love the idea, but oh my god, people are mad for them when they don't get anything for them other than a set of beads. If you're trying to give people, take 1,000 sets of beads and we'll give you.
Good God.
And I mean, they'd seen some of the people that look like they've bloody missed a team.
Yeah.
And
see how many Phil Lewis
jumping on the Mardi Gras bead tree.
Yeah.
And just stripping it down.
No, you know what you do? You just put a big open thing there and say every bead is every set of beads that you put back goes towards a donation to Give Kids the World.
Yeah,
that's a good idea.
And everybody will toss their beads because most people don't want to keep those things for real.
That's
anyways.
actually
They
a
just
really
toss them
good
when we get to
idea.
the car. So that way they can reuse those things and keep it going for a little bit.
That's a great idea, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And donate some money.
Yeah.
I like that.
We know they listen.
You're welcome.
Universal, do it.
Yes.
I love that idea.
Begrudgingly, I think that's better than my beer idea.
just wants free beer, that's all.
Well,
Chaos
my beer's still the
unfold at
bloody
Universal.
Yeah. That's Tracy Malaby's got 6 million beads and is drunk and stripped naked in the middle of the street.
Again.
Oh my God, get this back on track, dear.
Right, so yes, there's a video, yes?
Yes.
Yes, why don't you tell them about the video, Lee?
Kenneth managed to grab us a video of the parade from if you're looking at the gates from the left-hand side of the gates, the entire parade, and that is up on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/UUO podcast. Tracy and I were supposed to watch it before tonight, but
to be honest, we don't even know what date is really,
No.
so everything's kind of blurred into.
I am actually
else.
planning at some point of the week doing a watch party on the Facebook page for the parade. I thought could be a really good idea.
Yeah.
Get everyone to relive Mardi Gras a little bit again.
Oh, wear all
since they're-
beads and take photos.
That is a really good idea.
Yes.
So keep an eye out on
I'll
the
make
Facebook page. And yes, Chris, you make drinks so everyone
I
will
was
be
gonna say,
hammered.
and let's all have drinks now, blinky cups. Oh,
Oh.
wait.
Yeah.
We haven't got one. I
No.
didn't stop you getting one.
I'll just have shots out of my little Mardi Gras.
But yeah, keep an eye on the Facebook page and we'll announce when that is. And I think that's a really good idea. We'll still have a little bit of Mardi Gras, even though it's not going on.
Right. Important part to discuss. Food. So,
Let Darren and Chris go
I
first.
was going to say, we all had something. What did we have and what did we think?
I think me and Chris are kind of on the same page as far as this goes.
Okay.
in that we're not seafood guys.
Right.
I'm
And
on that page
makes,
as well.
Yeah, and that makes a big difference.
Yeah.
That limits your selection drastically.
It really
at
does.
this event.
Yes.
Very true.
Yes, and especially if, like me, I don't know if this was Chris too exactly, but like mine extends to like any kind of like seafood, like even like flavoring in like the gumbo and stuff like that,
Right.
because they use like some kind of a stock even when you don't have the like straight up like crawfish and stuff in there. There's some kind of like shellfish or fish stock in there that
Mhm.
I still don't like it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was bad enough for
Yeah.
me, and having a vegetarian as well.
Yeah, Jade was literally down to
Potatoes.
Chris, Twisted Tater. That was it.
There you go.
Beignet and one of the po' boys was okay. I got
The
two of
chicken
them.
po' boy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
I didn't like the sausage.
Yeah. I was not a
Don't
big fan
do
of it.
sausage.
I kind of enjoy the sausage.
Oh, Chris, did you want to admit that on air? It's live. I can't take that back. I can't edit that out.
It was a very juicy and flavorful sausage.
Mhm. Sliced to perfection.
So what did you two actually try then?
Sausage.
That I told you.
That was it. The
Poor boy.
For
Chicken
me,
po' boy.
it was. I think it was the same thing, right? It was a chicken sausage po' boy, and I also had the gator bites, which I enjoyed. I had them twice. One time they were not crunchy enough, so they were kind of a little too
No snap to them.
haha.
rubbery.
Ugh.
Yeah.
See, those are fishy to me too. It's just it tastes like a like fishy, rubbery chicken, and I don't like that.
See, for gator bites to be good, they have to be just completely drenched in salt, which they're already salty as is. But yeah,
If you can cover up the flavor completely,
Yeah.
Hold your
they're all
breath,
right,
blend it in water,
What I
and then drink that real quick. It's great.
and get wasted beforehand.
I had the gator bites, and I'll be honest, they didn't taste of anything to
I
me.
think I tried one. It was just a chewy lump.
It was just like tasteless chicken.
Surprise!
The chips were
reptiles
nice.
don't taste great. That's why historically we haven't eaten too many of them.
Yeah.
What did you have?
I had something from the world. Oh,
No, you had the
kind of
dirty cauliflower rice.
Oh, that was vile.
from the Carnival Around the World.
That was awful.
tent.
Mm.
But
But
it was-
you said it was all right, but it was full of celery.
Celery. Everything. There's always a flavour for every holiday. Unfortunately, this year it was celery. I hate the stuff. Yeah, I had that, and I had a po'
She
boy.
always calls it the devil's vegetable.
Yeah. The devil can have the bugger back. Yeah, I had a chicken sausage po' boy.
Mhm.
Pretty sure I had something else as
No,
well.
we shared the beignets and
Ugh.
the
Keep that.
king cake.
That king cake
Yeah.
was a bit much.
See,
We had one between three of us.
no, she
Yeah,
didn't have
normal
any.
king cake isn't iced like that.
It was just like a cinnamon roll, though. It wasn't anything.
It was very heavy,
It was very heavy.
You know,
very
it-
rich.
I actually enjoyed the king cake a lot,
Mm.
and I think it was the texture of the granulated sugar on top.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
For
Mhm.
some reason, it was good like that. And then also because we had it a couple times because I am a fatty, and the first time was all right because it was still kind of cold. But then we had another time where they didn't warm it up, but it was like, I guess, room temperature. So the breading was like a lot softer. Like it just tasted a lot better.
The guy put it under his
Me.
armpit for a while.
Ugh.
What?
Probably. That's
was-
where
that was
the moisture
cold,
came from.
wasn't it?
Darren, did you just
No.
say what I thought? You said
Yeah.
you put it in Nina's armpit for a while.
No, I said the
put-
guy put it under his armpit for a
The
while.
guy put it in Nina's armpit.
Yes.
The beignets, having beignets again, it done nothing to change my mind on them.
No.
They're just a waste of space.
Really?
I don't get it.
No, I don't get why everyone goes crazy for them.
I don't like powdered
So the-
sugar. I'm not a fan.
I just don't like
The
air.
we forgot to mention the twisted taters, which are there every year.
Uh-huh.
And we and
Double
we,
fried.
yeah, we made sure to take your advice,
Double
Chris,
fry
and we
'em.
got them double fried.
Yeah.
That's
Jade
the
loved them.
secret.
I still
Jade
haven't
enjoyed
had
them.
one.
I had
Well,
the
she had two. She had nothing else to eat, poor kid.
I had the soft shell crab slider, which was good. I enjoyed it.
No.
Ugh.
It wasn't
Oh,
amazing,
no.
but it
Oh,
was
man.
good. Oh, Darren.
No.
I learned the horrors of that.
Oh, and
when somebody came back with one and there's like a whole crab up on there.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
it was good. I
You
enjoyed
Looking
it.
at
Was
you,
it
and it's
Alexa?
like, oh man.
Nope.
Yeah.
Didn't Nina have one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was all right. It wasn't
Alexa
amazing.
liked them. Alexa likes all the seafood, so she ate a bunch.
Nope.
But I wouldn't eat a chicken that like had all the parts still there and everything too. Even if they're like, well, the bones are soft enough, you can crunch them, no problem.
The beak is very malleable. You're good.
Exactly. I still wouldn't want to see like legs hanging out the sandwich when I'm eating it. I don't know. I guess that's just me.
You just put me off chicken now as well.
I kind of enjoyed it. It was all right.
Chicken sandwich with legs hanging out. Ugh.
I would have liked to have tried a few more. I really wanted a
wanted the
po' boy. I
etouffee,
really
didn't
wanted
you?
a po' boy. Blake always goes crazy over the crab etouffee, and I've still never tried it. It was difficult because the Friday, I was very aware that we were going to Toothsome that night, so I was slightly worried about not overdoing it food-wise. So I
wish I had.
I wish we hadn't gone to Toothsome in the end, but whatever.
Yeah.
It is what it
I
is.
literally couldn't eat in the weather. Like it put me off that much. Like I didn't want to like eat, drink, or anything. I was just like this.
I think
sucks.
that would have just made everybody miserable.
It
Period.
really did.
Yeah.
It did. Like I've never had like the weather put me in a bad mood like that
No.
before.
I could barely power drink through it, and that's a problem.
So, Darren, Chris, do you see now why mainly you're always in bad moods?
Yeah, I guess so.
Now I understand.
Yeah.
Well, we left you guys with Jade because there's Chris, you and Alexa, and Michelle and Chrissa,
Michelle.
and Jade went with you, didn't she? And we went and literally just
They had a
sat
bright
in
idea
Finnegan's.
that we were
we were
going
going
to
to
go
go
back
back to the hotel and drop some stuff. Anyway,
And then we got about 3 yards and went, this is a stupid idea.
so we just went
So
and
we
sat
went
in the
hid.
corner of Finnegan's.
We also say the same comment when you message us back. We go, "Why would you do that?" But okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we just went and sat in the doorway at Finnegan's. I think I fell asleep.
freezing.
It was freezing, and then I pulled the app out on my phone, and Fallon was acceptable. Like, just go over there, and we went and just sat and talked to #the Panda for about 20 minutes.
Yes, me and Hashtag
Well-
are getting married.
Yeah, that was fun.
Nice.
I'll at least tell you one of the Malibis were having a great time because Jade was having a ball on the mummy.
Good.
That's because her parents weren't there.
Yeah, exactly.
But the only time she smiled. Yes. So I've got 2 weddings next time we go out.
Why use the other one?
At the Gridge, Blake's officiating, remember?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, nice.
Darren, did you remember that comment, by the way, that Blake can do weddings?
Oh yes,
Mm.
of course I do.
That's just
Anyone getting married?
that would be awesome.
Yes, me and the Gridge. Got to divorce the first Gridge, but you know.
I don't know. I know somebody.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm
I'm
so.
heard that.
sure there's somebody. There's a rumour.
It did finish on a bad note a little bit because purely because of the weather, and we
I was
didn't
going to say,
get
that
to
makes
see
it sound like the event was
No, the
bad.
event
it wasn't.
didn't.
It was just
the weather
unfortunate
played
weather.
too much in the
out of
end
their
of it.
control.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if it had been like it had been the rest of the week, and we'd have got to see the parade that night, I think it would have been the perfect end to the week. But as it was, it just kind of fizzled out in the end.
Yeah.
Couldn't be held. And then, of course, everything that's going on, it just seems to have been 2020's not been kind so far, has
No.
it?
Exactly. But all things considered, the fact that we got to go there at all and hang out now
Absolutely.
at this point
Yeah,
is awesome.
It was
Yeah.
awesome. It was so
In
good.
Silver
hindsight.
linings. And we had an
Yeah.
awesome time in that parade.
It was so good.
Yeah. Thursday could not have been better.
No,
Yeah,
it really
exactly.
couldn't.
We all got to spend time together.
It was just so
It's just
awesome.
nice. Family
Yeah.
back together.
Like, I know why
Yeah.
people go mental for wanting to be on those parade floats now, because it's one of the best things you can
Best
do at
things
the
ever.
park. And that's the thing, it doesn't cost you anything. You know, you look at some of the other events that they do, Mardi Gras, part of your, that's the thing, it's part of your day admission. You're not paying extra like Horror Nights to get in. As long as you can,
Stop giving them
I
ideas.
know you keep saying that to me. You wangle
Could you
it.
imagine how much Disney would charge for a float experience?
Oh, God, yes.
Oh,
Wow.
I know they used to do it on the Animal Kingdom one. They'd pick certain families to go on, but not as much as, not the entire thing.
Yeah.
Was anybody got anything else to add?
No?
Have we about covered everything? Did anybody buy any merch?
No.
Nothing at all.
Got a shot glass,
I
pin?
didn't buy too many things. No.
We brought home 2 strings of beads. That was it.
We've got tons.
I've
Actually, I
got
think we bought the magnets or the pins. That's all we bought.
Uh-huh.
I've kept one of each colour. I sent little Princess Cora some. So I learned how to make bead dogs.
Oh, God, everyone was leaving them around the parks, weren't they?
There's one right behind you.
Yeah, I don't know. They haven't cracked the code for me as far as Mardi Gras merch goes. They'd have to get something pretty special out there for me to buy it. We'll see.
Just start putting
Keep
Jack
trying.
Brown all over it.
Yeah.
Keep trying.
I just wish
You
the
figure it out.
t-shirts weren't that awful plastic, like,
Like stick on stuff on the
yeah,
front. Yeah.
because it just cracks, and I won't buy them because it feels horrible as well. And it sticks to
Mhm.
if you know, it sticks to your arm or something. Anyway, right, I guess that's going to wrap up the show. It's been quite a good one, quite eventful.
Living back our Mardi Gras memories.
Yes, we do like our memories. So yes, we are going to wrap up with another Universal Is, and this one comes from Jeff Royds, who we mentioned earlier. If you want to be involved, send us what you think Universal is, in 3 words or less, to podcast@uuopodcast.com. And Jeff says, stealing this from Jade from episode 65's Trip Report, it's the best description of anything I've ever heard. That kid rocks. Universal is better than awesome. See you next week.
Cut, print, that's a wrap for another episode of the Unofficial Universal Orlando podcast. Never miss a show by subscribing on Apple Podcasts and leave us a rating and review while you're there. Not an Apple user? You can listen on Stitcher, Spotify, YouTube, iHeartRadio, or your podcatcher of choice. Email us any questions or comments to podcast@uuopodcast.com. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, and Pinterest. Just search UUO Podcast. Keep up with the latest news, rumors, and updates on our blog at uuopodcast.com. Thanks for listening. See you next week.